Good evening and welcome to the Chrissy B Show. Now, people love watching superhero films such as Superman or Spider-Man. They love seeing the superpowers that these heroes have, and I think that secretly they wish they had these powers themselves. But obviously it's all make-believe. We can't fly, we can't make ourselves invisible or walk through walls, unfortunately. But there are other things we can do and be that can make us modern-day superheroes. And I have a great show lined up for you today. I have two guests with me on the sofa who are considered by many as modern-day superheroes, and you're going to guess what they do. And also, after the break, you'll be finding out why a certain group of people go out on the streets dressed up in actual superhero costumes. You're going to love them. And also, later on in the show, we will have makeup tips from Flavia Leal, and Lisa Marie will be joining us for more fashion tips. But that's not all. We'll be featuring a really fun thing to do in London with a chance for you to win a free pair of tickets by answering a very simple question. So let's get stuck in. Okay, so let's introduce, actually, first of all, before I introduce my guests, we've been out to interview the public to ask them who they consider as their superheroes and why, and here's what they told us.
Hi Chrissy, we're here on the streets of London to find out from a sample public who their real life superhero is. And also, if they could have a superpower, just what would it be? Let's find out. Who do you consider to be a hero?
Mahatma Gandhi, because he fought for what he believed in, and he was a humble person who sided with the poor, and he died for his cause.
My dad. Why is that? Because he's just the best. He does everything for me, and he's always been there, so I look up to him quite a lot. Teaches me everything.
I'd have to think about this, but maybe Alexander the Great, to go back a while. Whether he was actually heroic, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I guess he was a hero, yes.
I consider to be a hero all the single moms, really. To me, they are like great, and especially, you know, a lot of them which make a lot of sacrifice every day, and they have kids to look after, a job, and to me that's like being really a hero to manage to do all of these.
For Margaret Thatcher, I just think she was a very, very strong woman and a very strong leader.
Who do you consider a hero and why?
Winston Churchill. He was a man that saved this country. I think he pushed the British theme throughout the world, and it's a theme that needs to be pushed today.
I consider doctors to be my hero because I think they really do a lot for us, but we really don't put in that much consideration sometimes.
My heroes are my parents because they teach me so much every day. If there's problems, they teach me you can do it no matter what steps in your way.
Oh, probably my parents.
Why is that?
Well, they did everything I didn't.
If you could have any superpowers, what would you like to be able to do?
Teach people to read and write and respect for others and for themselves.
To fly. Because I just really want to fly. Because sometimes when you're stuck in traffic, it's just so annoying. You're just like, oh, I wish I could fly.
I would like to fly. I just would like to fly.
I would like to fly. I would like to be able to fly.
Why?
Just to discover the world and travel around and see new places.
Peace in the world.
Nobody needs a superpower because nobody should be superior over anyone else.
Well, that's kind of a hard decision, but I would think of going teleporting because then you would really be able to go anywhere in the world without having to worry about nonsense and whatever.
Laser vision. No, lasers coming out of your eyes.
If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Get rid of this government to begin with.
What kind of superpower would that entail?
Annihilation, I'd imagine.
Oh dear. Okay, so a lot of the people there said they want to be able to fly. I wonder why. But I'd like you to tell me who your superheroes are and why by calling on 020 7686 6300. Or you could also email chris@chrissybshow.tv. You know, this is a live show, so you might as well take advantage of it. If there's someone that you want to thank or someone that you want to give a shout out to, you can do it today on this show, 020 7686 6300. Now, I have some guests with me here tonight, and I will just tell you their names, and you will have to guess what they do for a living and what makes them modern day heroes. Now, I have with me Chris Matson and Hazel Brown. Hello.
Hello, Chrissy.
So lovely to see you both on the show.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
So, can you each tell us briefly, without giving too much away, what you do? Start with you, Chris.
Okay. Basically, I help people use their minds to excel, to overcome problems, to become better at things they'd like to become better at.
Okay. Have you guessed what he does for a living? Even though you have been on the show before, some people might remember you, but maybe we've got new viewers tonight, so let them guess. And how about you, Hazel?
I help people on a day-to-day basis improve their situations, and most of them who haven't been able to see tomorrow often see tomorrow.
Oh, wow. That's an interesting one. So can you guess what Hazel does? So would you like to reveal what you actually both do?
Right, I'm an education consultant and I've been a teacher for a great number of years.
Okay. And Hazel?
I'm an NHS manager and consultant, and I've been a nurse and ward manager for years.
Okay, so you both obviously love your jobs. Or she wouldn't be here tonight to talk about this subject.
Yeah.
Okay, so who should we start with then to tell us about what you do and the kind of experience? Should we start with the ladies? Hazel,
Please do.
Thank you.
Okay, so how did you get into like the nursing profession in the first place? What was the decider for you?
I had a desire to help people. I was passionate about helping others, and at that time, being 18, 19, wanting to embark on a career at university.
Was it something that you always wanted to do even when you were small? Or was it
No,
something that came
it
afterwards?
wasn't.
Okay.
Actually, when I was younger, I wanted to be Wonder Woman.
So did I! So did I. Like spinning around in those long legs.
Yes. As time went by, I went into education and wanted to do accountancy and economics. And I took a gap year out, did some social work, and I developed a passion for helping others.
Okay.
So I was volunteering, helping people who weren't fortunate enough, helping elderly people, and the decision was natural, nursing. Yeah. It just became a natural thing for me to do. My parents supported me, and I went to university.
Why do you love it so much, though?
It's about helping others and the satisfaction you receive when you've done a job and someone says, "Nurse, you've made a difference to my life. You know, you've helped me," or you have actually seen where a person have come from and where the end result. There are the positive sides and there are the not so positive sides. But the positive side, someone who comes in really sick, at death's door, and the person walks out in the end and it's a transformed person, changed person, a healthy person. It's a sense of satisfaction. You know, sometimes words can't even express the joy that you feel. Oh, sometimes in my day-to-day life on the streets, some of my ex-patients, you know, still remember me and meet me on the streets and say hello.
So you're their heroine, really, aren't you? Like
I think they've seen me as a hero, so yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, how about you, Chris?
Again, I decided in my early teens that I wanted to teach, simply because I could see that education, in the broadest sense, was going to move people beyond where they were or where their social constraints had them, and they could go beyond and grow and be, as far as reasonable, whatever they wanted. And that's what I started at a very young age. I was 21 when I first started teaching. The girls I was teaching were going out with lads older than me.
Do you think maybe teachers and nurses, they're undervalued sometimes or not appreciated at times?
Yes, I think that's generally true. And because they're a very much a vocational job, it's not a career as such. It is, but it's very much a vocation. You've got to love to do it. You've got to want to do it.
Because it's not great salaries, is it, really?
Well, there's that. I mean, because
you have to love something to
You've
not
got
to
to love it to do
yeah.
it. And, you know, they may give on the news sort of the average wages, but you've got to bear in mind your very, very top people in education, for example, are over 100,000.
Yeah.
Beginner teachers sort of come in sort of at about 20,000. Therefore, your average makes it sound like teachers get great
Loads,
wage.
yeah, but
the
they
vast
don't.
majority don't.
So they must love it, like I said, love
Absolutely,
what they do.
and the
like,
same with nursing.
Yeah. And it's not easy
Yes,
nowadays. Yeah.
So it's that passion, it's that wanting to help somebody to give, because both are extremely giving professions, aren't they?
Definitely.
And pretty exhausting as well.
I can imagine. Do you remember like any particular incident, Hazel, for example, that really stood out for you, that someone was so like appreciative and that you won't ever forget?
Two occasions really that stood out to me. One occasion I was traveling back from Chicago to London and someone became very unwell on board and the pilot made an announcement for medical staff to assist this person and the pilot would have to make a decision whether to land the plane to get the person to the nearest hospital or medical help.
That was a bit of a drama, wasn't it? Blimey.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there was another person on board who did some work with neurology before. And obviously the flight attendants are trained to first aid standard. So I volunteered myself. The person, it was a very severe situation. The person was having a stroke.
Oh gosh.
We administered first aid, got the person moved up to first class, administered oxygen, kept the person comfortable, make sure their vital signs was going. The person stabilized a bit, and obviously the pilot didn't have to land the plane, but you know, the pilot was very appreciative that I was able to sort of help. I felt a great joy that this person who I can see dying in front of me with help and support actually survived.
Wow.
You know, so that was quite rewarding to me.
Yeah.
It's something that I won't forget.
Did you see the person afterwards?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, I didn't.
But I bet they still think about you until
I hope
today.
so.
Yeah, I'm sure they
hope
do.
so.
Okay.
And the second occasion was a lady, after having several experiences with CPR and people dying and bringing people back to life.
Yeah.
But one particular case where a lady in her 60s approximately, won't divulge too much about patient confidentiality, and person actually was choking.
Oh gosh.
Person started turning blue, life was leaving the person basically, all because a piece of steak got stuck in the person's throat. And quick thinking, quick action, hemlock maneuver, steak came
Saved
out,
her life.
person is alive. So at the time
she gave you a big hug after, she was probably in shock
she did.
actually.
And
She
at
gave
the
you a
time the paramedics got there, job was all done. But again, the patient was quite appreciative, the family was quite appreciative. And for me, that was a sense of satisfaction that I did something that helped someone.
Okay, Chris, we're going to get to your stories in just a minute, but we have got a caller on the line. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Hello. What's your name?
Hiya.
What's your name?
Christina.
Hi, Christina. So what did you have to say?
Hi. Basically, just a comment on, you know, someone who marked my life and I consider like a hero, basically.
Yeah.
I would say there's many people who made a difference in my life, but I would say my sister.
Okay.
Because there was a point in my life when I was a teenager, I suffered with depression, and she found help for me, and she took me to a place, to a health center, where I got all the help I needed, and basically that marked my life. So that's just what I wanted to share. I mean,
okay. Do you want to say something special for her now?
Yes.
Go on then.
Right.
Take the opportunity.
Paula, can I say it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Paula and everyone at the health center, I would like to say a big thank you because I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for you, especially the health center who does a wonderful work in having counseled me, advised me, helped me in every way so I could overcome terrible thing, which is depression. And I love you all very much. So basically, that's all I wanted to say, really.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you so much, Christina. Thank you.
You're welcome. I love the show.
Oh, thank you. Love you for saying that.
All right, then.
All right. See you. Okay, so if you want to give us a call as well, if you want to thank someone or let us know who your superhero is, give us a call on 020 7686 6300. We're going to hear some very interesting stories from Chris after the break, and we'll also be showing you a group who call themselves the real-life superheroes who actually dress up in costumes. Why? You just have to wait till after the break. And we're also going to be talking to T. Krulos is his name, live in the US, who is a freelance writer and author, and he'll be telling us more about that group. See you in a bit. Welcome back to the Chrissy B Show, where we are speaking about modern day superheroes. Now, just before we go to our next video to show you some real life superheroes in the US, I'm just going to ask Chris about one of the most, what would I say, most powerful, most memorable, memorable experiences you had.
It's a good few years ago now, but a young woman and her daughter, they stopped me in the street and said, "Mr. Matson, this is my daughter. She's 16. She's about to do her GCSEs. I know she's going to do well." I know. I said, "I'm sure she is." I had no idea who this person was. And her daughter went off to shop, and she said, "She's here because of you." I thought,
what?
What? No, I deny everything. And she went on to say, "And so am I." I said, "Why?" She said, "You saved my life." And I said, and all I could think of is that I've been sort of unfortunate enough to pull up behind car crashes 2, 3, 4 times. I thought, "Were you in an accident?" And I sort of, being a first aider, I pitched in. And she said, no. I was in one of your exam classes, years ago this was, and she said, "You were reading a story and you read it so well that you made several of us weepy, but I was really upset." And you went on and explained about how the character, because he thought he was less than people, less than he should be, that people judged him and were nasty to him. And you talked about that everybody's got something special inside and that everybody has worth and everybody's loved. And apparently, and I have no memory of this, which is a bit embarrassing, she says, "You stayed after school with me and you chatted to me, and what you said turned my life around, because I'd collected pills from my family, from my auntie, from my grandmother, and I had intended to kill myself that weekend." And that was a bit, whoa, you know, that's a unexpected, a bit of a shock. And it's embarrassing. I have no memory of what I said or the actual incident.
But some people don't, and they don't realise what an impact they make on someone's life just by caring, just by showing a bit of compassion or staying behind, because you didn't have to stay, even though you don't remember it, but even like staying behind a bit to talk to someone that needs some care and attention. That's all it takes sometimes.
And absolutely, I mean, that was something I often did. I'd stay with youngsters and talk to them after class and what have you. So that wasn't a surprise. It was the shock revelation that I'd said something.
And you'd never known all that time.
And you never know. And I think, you know, honestly, it's not the big gestures often. It's the very small moments. And it could be anything. So, you know, even people at home, maybe there's somebody who's made a huge difference to you. And I would say tell them, let them know. Because I didn't know. It was fluke I ran into her in this town.
You can let them know right now on this show by calling 020 7686 6300, and you can also email, because Amelia's going to be reading some emails in just a moment, chris@chrissybshow.tv. But first, let's go to this video of real-life superheroes in America.
I couldn't really say what actually inspired me to start doing it, but you know, you see something wrong and nobody else is fixing it, so somebody has to. And so I decided that was going to be me.
What's new about this is not necessarily the actions that we do, but I guess the way we approach things.
I was especially affected by 9/11. At that time, I think I began the process of trying to formulate some way that I could respond to
evil in the world.
I'm trying to do the best I can to make this place, this world of ours, a better place overall.
Who's gonna say like, hey, look, here's a little something extra, everyone likes chocolate, you know? Here's a little chocolate bar, and people are like, oh, Snickers, I love Snickers, you know? And it's just like...
There are certain sacrifices you have to make in order to help other people. We aren't Bruce Wayne, we aren't Tony Stark.
I'm in tremendous credit card debt from buying all this stuff.
If you do with less, other people can have more.
Start thinking about life in a broader aspect. Just don't do things only for yourself. Start doing things for other people.
And man, when you walk into a room of 700 kids, and they're all looking at you like, we've just met a real-life superhero, I don't know anything that's like that.
People would say, why do you do this? And I would say, well, because I'm a symbol and I fight apathy and all this stuff. But after a while, I just stopped lying to myself and said the reason I do it is because it's hella fun.
Although we dress up as, you know, in kind of homage to our fictional counterparts, what we're really trying to do is hit the streets and do real things. We're trying to help the homeless. We're trying to dedicate time to charity. We're trying to help kids regain that morality that they've lost, that society's lost through the ages.
I'm one guy. I can't save the world, but I'd like to inspire the world to save itself.
And I know there's people that have just watched that probably think that's really strange, dressing up in costumes and going out and helping. But I actually read up on these people, and they do some really great stuff. They'll go out and they'll feed the homeless, and they don't get funding from anyone. They actually pay with their own money, first of all, to get those costumes and stuff. And also they buy things and they give to the homeless. They, you know, they go and talk to people that are by themselves. So it's something actually really, I think it's an original idea. It's quite fun as well, isn't it? And, you know, they are doing some good. So and, someone that knows about them very well, actually, which is our next guest who's joining us from America online. And his name is T. Krulos, and he's a freelance writer and author of Heroes in the Night. So he's going to be telling us a bit about what he does and why he's so interested in these modern day real life superheroes. Good evening, T.
Hi, thanks
Can
for
you hear us
having me.
well? Hi, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
So tell us, how come you know so much about these modern day superheroes? Where did the interest come from?
Right, well, I first heard about them a few years ago, and I was very interested. I've been fascinated with superheroes since I was, and like a lot of kids, wondered what it would be like to be Batman or Superman. So I searched online and found that there was a local real-life superhero here in Milwaukee, and I arranged a meeting with him.
Okay.
And became kind of interested in the bigger picture and started traveling around and meeting other real-life superheroes around the country.
Okay. Now, you've spoken to quite a few of them, haven't you? I was reading that over 100 of them you've spoken to?
I've met over 100 in
You've
person.
met over 100 of them. And what are some of the things they actually do?
A lot of them do safety patrols, kind of like a neighborhood watch group where they walk around their neighborhood looking for crime.
Right.
And other things they do is they assemble care packages and hand those out to homeless people. Some of them use their bright personas to draw attention for charity events, stuff of that nature.
Yeah. And also, I mean, if they're doing like safety patrols, they're actually even putting themselves in danger, aren't they? So they're quite brave to go out and do these things.
Yeah, definitely. Some of them are.
So, and also there's some of these lovely people in the UK which you've also contacted or read about. Can you tell us about them? Because we haven't seen them. I don't know if they're hiding.
Some of them are mysterious by nature. But yes, there is a British team called the Justice Union, which has at least 5 members, maybe more than that now. But they do the same things that a lot of real-life superheroes do. Safety patrols, they've done homeless handouts.
Okay,
just
that's
kind of celebrates the good feeling of being a superhero.
okay. Now you actually have a blog and you write about these experiences, and when you speak to them, and you found that it wasn't enough, like there was so much to write about that you're even releasing a book, aren't you?
Yes, Heroes in the Night will be out in fall of 2015, and it talks all about my travels, meeting these very interesting people.
Okay, so what can we look forward to reading in the book? Tell us a few hints.
Sure, I think the guys I got to know the best are the ones I've spent so much time with them. I've been out on patrol with them over a dozen times. I've been to their houses and got to meet their families, so I've got to know them personally a little bit, which is very interesting.
Okay. And what do you think their legacy might be, T?
The legacy. I think that they'll have somewhat of a mixed legacy. I think they'll be looked at as everyday people who have some flaws, but they're trying. You know, they're out there trying to make the world a better place, and I give them credit for that.
T, have you ever been tempted to dress up in one of the costumes and go out as well? Have you ever done that? It sounds like quite fun as well.
I'm more of a jeans and a t-shirt type of guy.
Okay. All right. So when's your book out?
It'll be out in fall 2013.
Okay, then that's lovely. Thank you so much for joining us. It was
Thanks
lovely.
for having
It was
me.
lovely speaking to you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so that's really interesting, isn't it? So what did
It
you think?
is. I mean,
when you
I
first-
applaud the urge to sort of make neighbourhoods safer and to question crime. I think a lot of criminals, regardless of age, it's because they think that no one will dare challenge, that they perhaps carry on. When they're challenged, they think, you know, it gives them pause. So the fact that people are willing to go out and do that, you know, power to their elbow, really.
Hazel, what was your initial reaction when you saw?
I think it's quite commendable what they are doing, because the common thread is about helping others, isn't it? Giving of yourself. Whether you wear a costume to do that, or you just wear your normal clothes or be your normal self, like all of us give to others in one way or another.
Yeah.
That's entirely down to the person themselves. If it gives the results, if it gives that satisfaction, why
that's
not?
right.
Why not?
Let's hear from some more of our viewers. Amelia, have we got any emails there or comments?
Yes, we have a comment here for one of our viewers. She asks, what makes a hero? To me, a hero is someone who takes what they have, their abilities, their gifts, situations, and uses those gifts to do good. Anyone can be a hero. We all have this potential. And we have Yolanda from Hammersmith that agrees. She says, I see myself as a hero, and I'm quite fascinated.
Good for you. It's just confident to say it.
I'm quite fascinated at the amount of things I do and still able to cope with everything.
Amelia, who's your superhero?
Interesting.
Who's been your superhero in the past, maybe?
My superhero, my childhood superhero, I would say would be my dad. My dad was always there for me in the sense of he would spoil me. I think I would say this because he would spoil me. He'd give me everything I wanted. And at the same time, he was my enemy, because when I didn't want him, when he wouldn't give me the things I wanted, I'll get upset. But in general, I would say it would be my parents, because they supported me all through my life. In the hard moments, although I had different views on where I wanted to go in my life, they agreed, they supported me all the way. So I would say my parents, and I love you very much.
Oh, she covers us the shout out. Did you tell us who your superhero is, or maybe?
Growing up, my fantasy superhero, as I said, was Wonder Woman.
She's not real, Hazel.
She's not real. I found that out, found it out. But my parents were my superheroes, and they gave me the guidance, the encouragement, the love, the support I needed to be the woman I am today. And my hero today is my husband. You know, he is my knight in shining armor.
Now, can I just tell you guys a secret? Because this lady is not just any lady. Do you know Chris Brown, our self-development expert that comes on every Wednesday? This is actually his lovely, beautiful wife. And he's always gone on about you.
Oh.
Even on the show, he says that he was talking about one day when he gets home and he's tired and you've laid out a lovely meal for him, and like he's really like chuffed at the way you look after him and the way you care for him.
I love looking after
so
him.
maybe me too. So I mean, it's just these little gestures that you show your appreciation for someone, and I think, you know, I can see how much in love with you he is, the way he talks about it, the way his eyes shine, like when he talks about. I think it's beautiful.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
Chris, what about you? Who's your superhero? Who
Well,
has been?
I think my childhood, or growing up, my fantasy hero or heroine was Wonder Woman, because I thought Linda Carter was gorgeous. She was gorgeous.
Yes, she was.
But as a fantasy hero, it's probably Superman, because he could fly all around the
Superman
world and
as
do
well.
stuff.
Mm.
In real life, you know, yes, my parents, they were the war generation. My father's records won't be available until 2020, so I had to ask him to give me some of the details, and he had a pretty grim war. He was in some pretty grim spaces.
Yeah.
And my mother, of course, growing up in England, last boat out of Guernsey before the Germans landed.
Oh.
And so she had an adventurous war as well.
Okay.
So yes, people like that are obvious sort of role models.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, as I said earlier, I think everybody has got a hero-heroine element in them.
Yes.
It's the moment, it's that second when you decide, I will do this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I said, you know, if somebody's done something fantastic for you and made a difference, let them know.
Let them know.
It's important.
Okay, that's
It
lovely.
is, because it sort of just generates the feel-good factor even further all round.
Yes.
I think people need to know that.
They do. So, you know, please do let them know. So thank you so much for joining us on this programme today. It's been great. I loved hearing your stories. Really moving, really touching stories. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And after the break, we're going to have our regular makeup tip with Flavia Lau, and also Lisa Marie's joined us, who's going to be talking about the fashion tips. And we also have a chance for you to win a competition, which is, I'll tell you about it after the break actually, because I've run out of time. So see you then. Welcome back to the Chrissy B Show. Now, we've been speaking about superheroes. Now, there's a famous proverb that I think really describes a superhero very well, and it's this. Let me find it. He who is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he who rules his spirit than he who captures a city. So what does this mean? Apart from what we've seen today, I think superheroes are also people who can control themselves. They overcome temptations, they're faithful to their respective partners, they're able to forgive those who hurt them, and they see the best in people. And all these things are really, really hard to do sometimes, but it takes a lot of inner strength, which is hard to find these days. So the biggest war that we face isn't against crime and terrorism, but against ourselves, because let's face it, the human being can be really, really destructive sometimes. So when a person can control themselves, in my eyes, they are a superhero. But now it's time for our competition. Take a look at this video of the London Duck Tours. I had a brilliant time. And you could win a free pair of tickets by answering this easy question. Are you ready for it? What food item did I say exploded? What food item did I say exploded? When you have the answer, you can email me on chris@chrissybshow.tv, and you could be in with a chance to win 2 free tickets. But let's take a look at the video first. I'm just about to get on the Titania of the London Duck Tours, and it's something a bit quirky, a bit different, and if you want to know why, follow me. I'm here with Matt Watts from the London Duck Tours, and he's going to tell us a bit about the history of this. Would you call it a vessel, Matt? What would you call this?
Well, a duck. Yeah. I guess that's the nice thing about what we do, is that we pick people up by the London Eye, we take them on a sightseeing trip, and then the difference is that we go to MI6, have a splash down into the river, and then we show people the sights. London owes its existence to the river, and what is nice about this trip is that we can show people the sights on land, but we can actually use Old Father Thames, and people get such a unique perspective from that. It's an experience, so you've got a bit of sightseeing, you've got the element of the fact that you're in a vehicle that was used in the Second World War and played a prominent part in it, and then particularly in the D-Day landings. we try and make the tours as entertaining as we can. So you get a few facts.
MI6, 9 stories high.
You get a few jokes.
We pay them to stand there on every tour.
Get a few stories.
Terribly sorry, don't move. There's a wasp.
So the nice thing is that you can come as a family, or come as a children's group, or an adult group. It can be a hen night or whatever, and you will get a slightly different tour.
It was fun because we did get stuck in traffic because of the exploding sandwich, security alert, and there was killer wasp on board, wasn't there?
That's what's nice about this job is that we like to celebrate the unexpected.
So if people want more information on how to book and everything, what should they do?
Type in London Duck Tours into a search engine, and we've got a website, londonducktours.co.uk. People can get the information, they can book online.
Thank you so much, I had a great time. It's great.
It's a pleasure taking you around, thank you.
I'll tell you, all the staff are lovely as well. They really look after you well. So, did you get the answer to the question that I asked? What food item did I say had exploded? You can email me on chris@chrissybshow.tv, and the terms and conditions are up on the website chrissybshow.tv. Well, next we have Flavia Leal from the US with a regular makeup tip.
Hi and welcome back to my fashion blog. Today's tip will be on how to take care of your brushes and clean them in the proper way. You should use a tissue paper and just put all of them together and spray alcohol on them. If you have used waterproof makeup, you're gonna need a little bit more of alcohol, but that's all you need, tissue paper, and all the bacteria and everything will be gone, and you can put all of them away until the next time you use them. Don't use them without doing this, because all the bacteria will grow inside of the brushes between the hairs, and all of them will come to your skin next time you use them. I hope I have helped you, and I see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye, I love her little wave, don't you? Okay, so now we have Lisa Marie on with us to share some fashion tips. You know, a lot of people are telling me how much they love these fashion tips, because they're really learning. Yeah, so it's great. So first, tell us about your superhero. Who would that be?
Probably, overall, it would be my mum, because of her raising 3 kids by herself, and you know what the kind of things that she instilled in us. So she didn't have a lot of money, but she made a way for everything. So she was determined she wasn't going to go on things like benefits and stuff like that. She wanted to be able to do that. And then I say right now at this second as well, it's my sister, because she's just had a baby, and I'm watching her take to motherhood like a duck to water. So she's absolutely amazing.
Oh, you're trying to duck to water?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Are you trying it? Okay.
So yeah,
do you want to say hi to her?
Oh, she's watching. Hi, Denise.
If she's watching, even if she's not watching, she'll be watching.
Baby.
Yeah, okay.
That's the only reason why.
Okay, then. So tell us about the fashion tips you've got for us today.
Well, this month it's about fashion with a conscience, because October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Okay.
For those people who don't know, and a lot of stores are actually promoting items, clothes, so many different things, where if you buy them, they donate a percentage to breast cancer awareness.
Great,
so you can still look fab, get your makeup that you really like, and all these kind of different things, and also a percentage of it is going to breast cancer awareness.
Wonderful. Okay,
so
let's see it then.
So we'll start with some clothes first of all. If we can put them up. Now we have, in the middle there's a chemise and robe set from Marks and Spencer's. The chemise is £14 and the robe is £17.50, and 10% of that goes to breast cancer awareness.
Okay.
The jeggings.
Lisa, this is nightwear, right? You don't,
yes, yeah,
okay, all right, just so we're clear, because I'm thinking, is this a new kind of fashion that people are walking out?
And the jeggings on the right, a jegging is a mixture of a jean and a legging, for those people who don't know. And that's also from Marks and Spencer's, and that's £22. And
I
again,
love that
10%
dress.
Go. That dress is from Coast, which is a favourite of lots of people, including myself.
It's a lovely dress, I love it.
And the dress is £135, and 10% of that goes to the cause as well. So they have another, Coast do have another dress. There's 2 that they're promoting.
Right.
Marks and Spencer's have a whole range. They're doing towels, they're doing so many different things.
Great. Okay.
10% of it all goes to the cause.
Okay.
So that's clothes, a little bit of the clothes, and now we move on to beauty. So in the top left corner, we have Bobbi Brown blusher and the brush, and that's £35 from House of Fraser, and
the Bobbi Brown?
Well, not the Tenderoni singer, no.
So I was thinking, when did you release a makeup
This is B-O-B-B-I instead of Bobbi with an I, not Bobbi with a Y.
All right.
And she does, it's a really nice range of makeup that they do. And again, it's for all skin types, all skin tones as well. And so as I said, £5 of that goes to breast cancer.
Oh, that's good.
We have a LMA travel kit down there, the bottom right. Now, LMA's things are normally quite pricey. So this little travel kit is £32.50 from John Lewis, and £10 of that goes to breast cancer. So that's quite a big chunk that goes there. The nail varnish, it's Essie nail varnish from Superdrug, and that's £9.95.
It's nice that all these retailers have got involved, isn't it?
It's
It's
great. I love
lovely.
it.
Yeah.
£1 of that goes to breast cancer. And then down in the bottom left-hand corner, there's a whole load of products. I just picked the prices of a few of them, because these products are by Alida. You can buy them online from so many different places, and they are donating a fabulous 50% to breast cancer.
Oh wow! That's
so
great.
for example, we've got some stainless steel tweezers there, $9.99. We have an atomizer, so you know, like when you want your favourite perfume, you want to take it around with you, you can just decant it into this atomizer, and that's $11.99 from Alida. And we also have some manicure scissors. They're $9.99. They do so many different things. There's like mini manicure kits and lots of different stuff.
See, these are purchases you can make and not feel guilty, because you know it's going to charity. Some of it's going to charity.
And also,
so
it's
great.
things
It's a good excuse to buy stuff.
It's things that you use all the time, every day. So you don't feel with these things that you are going out of your way to donate. It's things that you would normally buy.
It's a great idea. I love it.
And next we've got jewellery and accessories. The breast cancer pin is widely recognisable. That's £1, and 100% of that goes to charity. Lovely. I know places like Dorothy Perkins sell them, so many different places. And there's also things like jewellery. Amazon, I know I've got a lot of range with charm bracelets. Pandora, which is a famous shop for doing the link bracelets and the charm bracelets. They've even got a special breast cancer charm as well.
Nice.
So there's lots of different jewellery that you can buy, and that goes towards breast cancer. The Fab bag there in the middle is from Julia McDonald, and it's Tickle Pink at Asda, and that's £2.50. So one of nice reusable little shopping bag you can go. So you're also caring for the environment.
Hang on, that one on the
no, the middle.
Oh, I was going to say. Okay, right. Okay, got it.
That's a hot water.
Yeah, I thought
bottle,
so.
Chrissy.
With the nice bubbles.
So that hot water bottle is from booavenue.com, and that's £8. £1 of that goes to the charity. And as we're moving into these cold nights, unfortunately, and all these horrible dark mornings.
Especially if you're single. You need a hot water bottle.
It's very true. It's what helps me, I tell you. So that £8, and so £1 goes to charity. If you like to write things down, because I know, we know
that's me.
We're never in the age where everyone puts it on their phone or the
Do you know what? I tried that.
Like
It doesn't work with my iPad. I have to have it in a diary. I don't know.
Well, this file of facts is £30 from John Lewis. £2 of that goes to breast cancer. So that's another good one. And this, I think, fab retro item is a soda stream. I don't know if you remember those.
Yeah, that was back in what, 70s?
Yeah,
80s?
and that they've come back recently.
Yeah.
But so they've for the next generation, I guess, and they've done a fab one. It's £99. 5% of that goes towards breast cancer care.
Great.
So that's just a snapshot of all the things that you can get, but there is absolutely loads. Lots of makeup, lots of jewellery, lots of clothes, anything that people can do to actually go out there and contribute towards the cause.
All right, so there you go, ladies and gents. Do go out shopping, because you will be helping charity as well as getting the normal everyday stuff. Apart from the soda stream, I suppose that would be a weird purchase to make, but if you need one, some of it's going to charity. Yeah, so thank you so much, Lisa Marie.
That's all right.
And you're back again with us next
I
week.
will be.
Right?
I know it's been a bit up and down recently, but yes, I'm back.
Yeah, but we've seen you on camera though, so it's been fine. Okay, so we are reaching the end of the show. So just to tell you a bit about Monday's show, it's titled "When Should I Leave My Spouse?" So if you're in a bit of a dilemma about whether to stay with a partner or not, or if your relationship's going to work or not, you can tune in on Monday and find out what we're going to be speaking about and maybe help you make that all-important decision. So that's it for now. Have a brilliant weekend, and we'll see you again on Monday. And don't forget, do look out for other people, try and help where you can. See if someone's feeling a bit low that you can speak to, and just, you know, give them a little boost, because you never know, you might even save a life like our previous guests have. So see you again on Monday. Bye-bye for now. And you're just about to find out why. And I'm supposed to walk up the stairs, aren't I? Sorry, I forgot. Okay, we are about to go on the river right now. It's absolutely freezing, but I'm having a great time. And Barbara's not doing so well over there. You're cold, my darling. Oh, the poor thing, she's even got our cameraman's coat on. But we're going to have a really good time on the boat now, right?